Hello. Are we ready? I have done no stitching extra yet. I need to get caught up. So if you are caught up, I am very impressed because you might be the only one. I am definitely not. Okay. So here is where we ended. Right now is where we're at. So I will work on this more over the weekend and it'll be great. So tonight we're going to do just around the windows and then we will wash off the stick and stitch and then we'll be ready for after Thanksgiving. Okay, now I cannot, let me think about the name of this stitch. I think it's a threaded back stitch is what we're gonna do. Okay, now one thing about this is I'm a little bit worried about the stick and stitch over it just because we wanna make sure we go around the edge of our window. So make sure that you can see the edge, like I can see like if I stitch right on the line over here, that I'm gonna be like on the edge of the fabric. So I'm gonna move this over a little bit and stitch like off the edge a little. Same with this one. This one I could probably stitch on the line, but anyways, pay attention to where your window is because that's gonna be important. I'm afraid it's gonna be a little bit boring first because we have to back stitch and then we'll do the threaded back stitch. So it's kind of like the whipped back stitch, but different. So we're gonna back stitch first. So I'm just gonna keep with the 2 strands. If you've been doing more than 2 strands, you could do more than 2 strands here. We're not gonna stitch in this box. We're just gonna stitch around the edge of the window. And we're not gonna stitch on this curly line. This is just to give you an idea of what it is gonna look like. So we're just stitching a straight line around the box. So I'm gonna try to keep it straight and on the edge, and we're just back stitching again, I'm afraid. We want to keep these not too small, but not too big either. When we do this stitch, actually, hold on. I did it on this. This is what it's gonna look like. So we're gonna back stitch around the window and then we're gonna do this threaded back stitch around it to give it like that curly look. So this is what we're going for. Oh, I remember now that I'm looking at this. Try and get an even amount of stitches. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so try if you can. It's not like gonna kill you if it's not, but if you can get an even amount, that will be awesome. I'm gonna do all white, but you could also do brown and white if you want to. Actually, did I do it on this one? Oh, I did, look. I did brown and then I did white around it. So that's how it'll look if you want to do, let me do them side by side. So you can decide if you wanna do, this is back stitch with brown and then threaded with white, and then this is white and white. So if you want to do it differently, you can. I messed up right here on this one. Anyways, those are the 2 looks. Anyways, it doesn't have to be super small stitches, but you also don't want like big giant stitches or else you won't get as many like threaded pieces. I really messed up. That one was small and that one was big, but it's gonna be fine. Now, if you're feeling like you can't do this over the stick and stitch, like if you can't see the edge of your window, you could finish the rest of this and then wash it off and then do the windows. You could do this after the stick and stitch is washed off. We're gonna do the other half without it, so the other half of the stitching. So if you need to do that, it's totally fine. just finish everything else and then come back to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look, perfect. Ah, did it. That one was crooked. Okay, and then we're just gonna go across the top. I was a little late tonight. I'm sorry. I was reading. I hate when I get a really good book. I don't want to do anything but read. I have a really hard time pulling myself away from a good book. So it's okay. I'll just stay up late and read. That's also not... It's good because it's Friday. I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow. So I can stay up if I want to. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, it's going to be odd. No, it won't. We'll just... What did I say? 5? Let's just make this a little bit smaller. 6. There's 7. And then 8. Will be a little bit smaller. That's okay. I'm not going for perfection on this, so I'm not too worried if it's a little bit off. You could, though, once you start working here, kind of look across and make them the same length so that they're kind of similar. If you're going for that level of symmetry. I think this one is further from the edge than this one. I wonder if that's going to bug me. I can see this big of a gap and then this one doesn't have as big of one. I'm just going to keep going. I don't think it'll bug me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven. Why did I end up with an extra stitch? 8. That's too bad. All right, and then we're just going to go across the bottom. I'm sorry, backstitch is a little bit boring, but it's good for you. 3. 4. 5. I still want to try and get 8 out. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We're not going to do the threaded stitch at the bottom, so I'm less worried about it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do just a tiny stitch just so those connect. I'm just going to, I could make a tiny stitch here, but I'm just going to come back up here so it's just one stitch. Okay, so there's our back stitch. Let me tie this off. I got to get a new piece of thread. Okay. Now comes the fun part. I really should cut shorter pieces when I'm stitching. This one is a little bit shorter than my last one. Okay. So with a whipped back stitch, we go in on the same side every time, but with a threaded back stitch, we're going to go back and forth. Are we still using 2 strands? Yes. 2 strands for the back stitch, 2 strands for the threading. Unless you're using 3 or something, then I would stick with whatever you're using. I'm using 2 and 2, but if you used 3, then do 3 and 3 to kind of keep the thickness the same. Okay. So we're going to come back up at the bottom, I think. Okay, we're going to come up at the bottom, and like a whipped back stitch, we're going to just go under this first stitch. And then we don't want to pull this too tight, okay? So kind of pull it so it sits how you want it to. And then instead of going back this way, we're going to go under this next stitch the opposite way. And then I'm going to hold on to this stitch, the first one that I did, because I want to make sure I don't pull that tight. I want it to stay like that. Now, if you want them to pull them a little bit tighter, you can. You can have them as loose or as tight as you want. I kind of just want a little bit of an arc. So I'm going to come this way on this one. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold on to this now and just pull it. So these won't be like super snug. So they can be like grabbed onto if you're not careful. We're going to go back this way. What do we think? I think I needed more space on this side. That's what I think. But it looks really cute. It's like all frilly. Now if you, well, wait till I get to the top and then I'll say that. Hold on. Whoop, sorry, bumping that. Let's see if I can be ambidextrous. Okay, now, if you have an even amount and you start, actually, if you have an odd amount, you would just start the other way. Anyways, if you start and go right first and then go left, right, then you'll end up with a corner that has like an arc out to the side. So now I'm going to go down here. So then I can create that little loop in the corner. If you start it the opposite way, your loop will go in, which is still fine. It's not a big deal. But if you want to create that loop on the edge, you got to make sure it's going the right way. And we're going to go up. I'm getting a little weird about my little loops there. Just work slowly. This does not have to be done quickly. Oops, see, I pulled that one too tight. You can just pull them right back. It's not a big deal. Oh, man. Sorry, I'm concentrating now. I don't have anything to say. All right. This will create another loop on the outer corner there. Okay, then we'll go in this way. Yeah, fun. This is still fun if you have like tighter loops as well. You don't have to do them this big. Maybe I'll do this side just a little bit tighter so you can kind of see what that was. Oh wait, let's see, what way did I go? Okay. See, so it's still cute, like if you're going like a little bit tighter. I'm sorry, I keep hitting that. It's a little bit close. But just pull it until you like how it's laying, and then you can decide what looks best to you. Actually, that's kind of cute with it tighter, huh? You do have to leave it a little bit looser or else you lose that like wavy line. But see, this one had an odd amount, so now, but it's fine because it's the last one. There. Let's see. Pull this out just a little. Cute! And then you just go down at the end. And that's it. Then you're done. I like this side better. You can go back and kind of manipulate these a little bit if you want. I'm going to fix this side. If you've pulled them too tight, you could just loosen them. So start down here and loosen it like a lot. Pull a lot of this slack out. And you can just work your way up. Oh, I'm only pulling one thread. Where's the other one? I pulled it too tight. I pulled it too tight. I pulled way too much slack, but that's okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Just takes a minute. Okay. And then just work your way back down and pull those to the size you want them. Yeah? Maybe they're not very chatty. Okay, I'm almost to the bottom. So we're gonna do this on both windows, and that's it for today. Oh, well, okay, just kidding. Hold on. One more thing. Let me just finish this real quick and then that's probably too loose. I need to mess with this, not while people are watching me. Okay. That's a little bit closer. Definitely liking the looser ones. Yeah, I think so too. But if you're not, that's fine too. Okay. So we're going to do this on both windows. Now, the other thing we need to do, if you are concerned about the door, mine does not line up. My door is right here. Let me get my other needle. my door is here, the felt is. So my stick and stitch is off just a little bit. And I for sure know that if I stitch these squares on there, that it's gonna drive me crazy because it'll be off-centered. So I'm going to stitch the rectangles after I take off the stick and stitch. Let me tie this off. But if yours is lined up really nicely, you could do it over the stick and stitch. So let me just show you what we're gonna do, and then you can decide if you want to do it now or later. We're just gonna do straight stitches. It's not like gonna be hard to do. We're just gonna do one stitch for every edge. Just like this, one stitch. You could back stitch this if you wanted, but you really don't have to, unless you're like really, really, really wanting to. You could do any of the stitches that we've done. But what I'm planning on doing is just these straight stitches. Oops, that was crooked. It's okay, I'm taking these out. I'm not leaving them. I cut my stick and stitch up to fit the door. That is such a good idea. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's do that. Let's cut the stick and stitch. I love that plan. I just take the eye of my needle. Oh, Giselle has a bad connection tonight. She is gonna leave us. I just pulled this. Okay. I didn't think about cutting it. Okay, so I'm gonna come in and just cut my stick and stitch. And move it over. I very much doubt you'll cut anything under it if you do this with me. But if you're worried about it. Okay, now I'm gonna cut this a little bit. So it's out of my way. Yes. Excellent. Okay, now we're gonna fit this so it fits onto it. Now it's in, oh, that's the wrong side. I was like, why is it not sticking? It's not gonna stick great because it's already been stuck to the felt and now we've lifted it off. There we go. Now it fits. Make sure it's centered really well. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's do it. Such a good idea. Thank you. Okay, now we'll stitch this. The only problem is that now it's not sticking great, so kind of pay attention to it like rippling. And make sure you get it in your corners so that your lines are straight. This was the one I did wrong last time in that corner. And make sure you're using the same holes to go up and down in so that it connects really well. Stick and Stitch is a little bit mad at me for taking it off and putting it back on. Sorry, pattern. I was just gonna wing it, but this is way better. Okay. I'm not gonna do the other ones. Okay, so just do the 4 squares. This will be a French knot that we'll do on French knot day. But this is where we're at for day 5. So the wreath, all of the swirls, the 2 windows, and all of the arches here. Don't do these like little flowers. We'll do those next week. And then once you do all of this, then wash off your stick and stitch. Then it'll have plenty of time to dry before we come back on, is it December 1st? I can look it up. Hold on. I'm pretty sure it's December 1st. Yeah, December 1st. I'll be live again. So I will, once I'm done stitching, I will post a video of me washing off the stick and stitch. I'm not going to do it live, but I will post a video of me washing it off, and I'll upload it to Instagram and YouTube so you can see it. But work at your own speed. You've got a week and a little bit, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. So you have plenty of time. Don't rush. I will still be online, so ask questions if you have them and get stitching. I will see you back here on the 1st, and for sure, message me if you have questions. Okay, I can't wait to see your houses. Good night.